Okay, so parenting clearly goes beyond just having a child, sending them to school, clothing them, and all of the other things that our parents already do for us. I think that there are some very key elements or factors that are sometimes ignored that parents need to start considering or being more intentional about. And today we're talking about parenting failures, mistakes, and certain things that happen and how it affects your relationships as an adult, like really just growing up and seeing that how you were brought up. These are certain things that happen and how it shapes you into building your own relationships, friendships, and whatever. And in the house today, we have Cheta here. She has a lot to say about this topic. And welcome to True Talk with Mercy.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. So how are you doing today, Cheta?
I'm fine, thank you.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
am.
comfortable?
Yes, I am.
Are you a parent? No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay, so about this topic now, do you want to start by maybe telling us what parenting is like? What do you think? What's your ideal concept of parenting?
Okay, so like you mentioned when you were introducing the show, parenting is a lot more than just giving birth. A lot of people think being a parent is just getting pregnant and having a baby, but parenting has a lot to do with bringing that child into this world and also making sure that you are intentional about guiding that child to the right path, basically. So that's what I think parenting should be, but that's not necessarily what a lot of people see it to be.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's why we're here today, right?
Okay, so for you, you have your definition. Everyone has their own orientation of what parenting is or should be. So,
Exactly.
do you think you had good parenting, from your own personal experience?
Yeah,
All of these things that you think are extra aside just having a child and doing the basic stuff, do you think you have how was parenting for you? What would you describe your own parenting experience to be? Not as a
Okay.
parent, but under a parent or
Okay.
parents.
Thank God for the disclaimer. We don't have children yet, but we will. So I think my own experience as someone's kid was great. Nevertheless, there's no perfect parent out there. I mean, my parents made some mistakes that I'm here to actually share my own side of the story. Part of why we're here having this
It's
conversation.
the side of the story for me.
Yeah. So I'm here to share my own side of the story. And I'm also here to make sure that we don't make those little mistakes that our parents made. Yeah, just spreading the word, basically.
Okay. So what are these mistakes that you can identify? Not necessarily your own personal experience, but since we've already established the fact that parenting goes beyond just having a child and doing the basics, what are those mistakes or rather common mistakes that you think parents make in general? And then from there, you can also now, share a personal experience as supporting evidence or something as
Okay.
part of your side of the story.
Okay, so I think one of the major mistakes that parents make is having a favorite child. Like a lot of parents are guilty of this. You just see a family where a dad or a mom just takes on one child as their favorite, and it gets really, really mentally stressful for that kid that is not the favorite. And growing up, that's not favorite child. Sorry, I was just not like
It was so
my
obvious.
mom loved her boys and my dad loved his daughter.
Girls.
But for some reason, I just was in the middle of nowhere. And I know how it made me struggle. At some point, I even thought, what is going on? Are you sure I'm in
Part of
here?
this family.
Do you understand? So those are the kind of mistakes, favoritism. I think it's very important for parents to, it's hard, but I'm not yet
Yeah.
a parent, I can't say, but I think it's something that parents should actually be intentional about making sure that they don't pick a favorite child and make it obvious
considering
to them.
how it can affect
The
the
kid.
other one or
Exactly.
other ones. So do you think these parents, they do these things intentionally? Because it's possible that you might not know that you're actually having a favorite child or treating one particular child different from the other. Some parents just think that some kids need special needs. You might not see it that way. I mean, I'm not trying to be defensive. I'm just saying that how are you sure that most of the time these parents even know that, they are doing something that isn't right and the other kid is feeling a certain type of way about
right?
it? Yeah.
So I genuinely feel that a lot of them do not know that they are doing this. And that is why they keep going at it because they don't even know, they can't even realize that they're doing something wrong. To them, they're just being them. But I feel like if you sometimes take a step back and really look at the situation and analyze stuff, like maybe give it an instance, you have two children that are having issues and you just come and pick sides with one. Do you understand? So those are the places where you can make conscious effort to just try and be like, oh, what's going on? What did you do? What did you do? Say your side of the story. Don't do this. You don't do this. And instead of just coming and saying, you are the one that is wrong. You don't even know what happened.
Okay,
you
so
get?
let me build a scenario to try to understand where you're coming from. So assume you're a parent now. Let's say you have kids here too. And then as a parent responsible for these kids, you're now thinking, okay, school is resuming soon. We need to do school fees. You're running the house, or you need to, this one's birthday is coming, or party. Share like responsibilities and setting things. That's for just the kids. So you are also your own adults. Certain things might be going on with you that children don't even know.
Yeah.
And then while in the process of maybe trying to figure something out or think of, you're planning their future. And then these two kids, they just come. They are crying, and one is like, this one beats me, or that one touched me, or this one took my tin, or I found. What is going to be your first reaction?
I know that, okay, it's not every scenario where you be like, what happened? But I feel like sometimes you should not just be like, oh, why did they beat you? Ask questions.
No, so the thing is, where I was coming from is, as a parent, I already feel like parents have a lot on their head. I'm not being defensive. I'm not a parent too. So I really cannot even say, okay, I have kids and this is how it works. This isn't how it works. But I'm just trying to also be on the liberal side, because also thinking as a kid and as a parent. Because I mean, you have responsibilities. Like imagine you're thinking of how you're calculating school fees, or you're doing how will you do groceries or shop for the house, do something, and then two people just come from nowhere and they want to be. Is that are you going to be thinking, let me get to the root of this issue, or you're going to be saying, okay, what happened? Who beats who? You say sorry. You stop doing that. Bye.
But have we thought about it from the angle of just saying, you guys should go, don't disturb me, than saying, why will you beat your brother, and then you start beating one of them? So there are two different scenarios.
It's quite tricky,
It is. What I'm even talking about is I'm Igbo by tribe, and I know that growing up as an Igbo daughter, we see guys as all in all.
How do you mean?
Like we in the Igbo tribe, the boy child is more valued than the girl child growing up. But now it's no longer a thing, but it used to be a thing.
Really?
It used to be a thing where if you don't have a son, it feels like you have nothing. It used to be a thing. So I remember when I was growing up with my brother, whenever I have issues with my brother, my father just takes sides with my brother. Do you understand? Like those kind of things.
So you always
annoying.
felt like, oh, I'm not important in this family.
It's frustrating. I don't know why, but they always, growing up now, I feel like it's just a thing they used to do. I don't know. He has let it go now, my dad, but growing up, it used to be very annoying because sometimes ask me what happened. Did you get? Don't just assume Cheta. That, or in a case where even when I was really little, my dad is this kind of person that when two siblings are fighting, for some reason, the elder one is always wrong. The right one. The younger one is the wrong one, because you should respect your elder one. Do you get? And
so regardless of what happens, they don't want to hear. It's just who is younger. That's the person that
the disrespectful one. And the last one. So I heard it all through my childhood. You get? And sometimes they leverage on these things and they start looking for trouble because they know that you don't have a way out, because you get. So those are the kind of things that that's really
you sound like you actually have a lot of personal experience.
Yes,
so
I do. I'm the
last one. Ask you is, with these experiences that you have now that you've mentioned, like how has it shaped you and building your own relationships? Like, do you think how the parenting experience that you grew up with, do you think it has actually influenced how you deal with your own adult friendships, relationships, and all of that? Or is it just a thing that you just struggled with, knowing that this is how I was brought up, this is how I felt about these things, and even though you're trying to share for people to pay attention to some of these things and how it can affect people, like as a person, do you think like these things have affected the way you build your own relationships?
Okay, so what I would say is that some part of it has affected my relationship or my ideology, my school of thoughts. I always tell anybody that cares to listen that I want to give birth to a girl first. And if you look deep downward within, you know that it's because when I grew up, because the boys are the elder one and they are being treated all in all. So I want to have a girl as my first child so that she can put all of them in their places. Do you get? So I think that's one thing God, I know I always ask God for. I want to have a girl as my first child.
Funny enough, I used to say that too. Like I want a female child, but for a different reason.
No, that's one of my major reasons.
I think my reason is, I just always used to think that girls were more organized. Like boys are always playful. They want to, they are serious. So when it comes to like, someone that should take charge and all, but I just feel like women are more homely, warm. Like that's the second mother. So you always like leave things in their care because they would handle. Boys can leave your house and go out. Sure. Girls will make sure all the windows are closed. Make sure everybody has eaten. Do you understand?
Exactly.
Boys can be in their room playing game and don't even know who is in the house with them. Exactly. So that used to be my reason. But right now I think I'm indifferent. Because why I would think like that before is because growing up, like you said, for you, it's been in like, what's it called, where you're from as an Igbo girl. In your family, or rather in your tribe, you just felt like the male children were more valued than the female.
Exactly.
But that wasn't the case for me. For me, it was just maybe growing up and seeing how my brothers behave. Yeah. So I am in the middle. I have an older and a younger brother. So I think not being the senior, and then there are certain things that would happen. And for me, it's like, I wish I was in that position so I can actually make a better decision. But it would be like, you are not the senior, you are not first. Even though our age difference is just a year, but that was my reason. But so how, I want you to tell us, how has it, give us a scenario of how, one of these, your parenting experiences growing up from your childhood, how has it affected or influenced any of your adult relationships, friendships, anything? You can just, so we understand better. I'm trying to just see how the effect of how something from that foundation can affect you even up till now.
So like I said, whenever my sibling and I we used to have an argument, they always come to say, oh, you're the younger one, you should be disrespectful because you're the younger one, you should always respect. So not necessarily will I say it has affected me, but sometimes maybe in a relationship where you feel like you want to air your voice, but then when you look back and remember how people always say you've been disrespectful, you just try to shut things
feel
down.
Your feelings are not valid.
Exactly. You just shut it down and just try to conceal things. So that is something that I know that I used to struggle with. I don't struggle with it anymore. Do you get? And aside that, so I know a lot of sibling rivalry that's as a result of terrible parenting and parents just overlooking certain things among siblings or siding one sibling and the other one is feeling like I'm not loved, and before you know what, it becomes a thing of hatred.
Cheta has returned to advocate for younger siblings.
No, it's not even just younger siblings. Siblings in general. Some people, they are unlucky. Because sometimes whenever I see all these memes where you see people be like, last born, they can't do anything. I can't relate. I mean, I was the last one, but I did literally everything. So it depends on how your family structure works. In my home, I'm the last one.
Exactly. So the thing is, the whole, like I said earlier, the parenting thing is quite tricky.
Exactly.
Because there is no, just like every other thing, I don't think there's that one way to do anything. That's why at the beginning, when you were saying trying to say, some parents don't listen, they just always take blames or choose who is wrong. That's why I gave the scenario of, have you tried to be, a bit liberal to also think that sometimes these parents might not be seeing it that way because they are, you know how now in Nigeria or this part of the world, no, mental health is something that people are really
struggling with.
Struggling with, and people are now really recognizing and acknowledging some of these things, right? Before they'll tell you it's white people's sickness. So I think now current new age parents, they can really sit with their kids and notice, something is wrong. I notice you're a bit quiet, you're a bit dull. Back then, growing up, I don't think our parents even knew what mental health was to even know that one child is feeling anxious or one child is feeling sad, or to them, they're just trying to provide. They're just trying to give you the best education. They're just trying to send you to school, make sure that you are something. They are doing the basics, clothe you, it's your birthday, they'll buy you cake. You get that kind of stuff. That's why I was trying to be considerate to say, what if they don't know that they're acting this way? Or what if they're not even seeing it that way? Like, that's not their problem. But then again, you said you can as well just dismiss them.
Yes.
Let's be like, you're not even interested. But then if that happens, won't you now say, what kind of parent is this, that something will happen, you won't even want to know or pay attention to your kids? So at the end of the day, it's really very tricky.
But
and
then I think it's better to dismiss them than to be one-sided.
So if you dismiss them, anything can happen and they just assume that you won't care.
No. When you
that's
know when
already building in the children that you don't even care.
You won't just say, you guys should go. Like, you guys should go, and I don't want to hear anything again. Like, I don't want to hear fights.
What if something happened really that you're not trying to get to the bottom of? The other one is already like, go and report me now. They will still send you back. They will not listen to you.
True.
So you see, you can actually not have it one way. You can never really say this is the straight line. I don't think parenting is straight. Just like being an adult, it's not a straight line. Everybody's
has their own way.
Everybody is winging it and just finding ways to survive or manage or cope. But I really think that, yes, I agree with you on the part that you said there are certain things that need to be like, parents need to be intentional about. There are certain things that, parents need to, we're not parents yet, but obviously we will be one day very soon for you.
True.
And yeah, I'm happy that we're having this conversation, because even me now, like, I'm not even starting to think about certain things that when I am a parent, I would want to make sure that regardless of how busy or whatever, you pay attention to, because it really does affect. I can tell you to that. Even the way that I grew up, like, the kind of parenting that I have experienced and I am currently experiencing is making me make certain decisions for my future.
True.
Because like I've seen how it works, and even though I can't compare to other people, like my friends or other families that I know, but just what you yourself you have experienced, whether it's good or bad, you want to either make it or not make it happen to your own kids, right?
Yeah.
So I agree. I don't know. I don't really know which parts I want to like share or whatever, but I just know that parenting really does a lot on adults. They always say like whatever you choose to become like when you're an adult is usually influenced by what you wear or what you saw as a kid. Like people that say, oh, my mom is a doctor, me too, I want to be a doctor someday. Or the ones that were close, like, oh, my dad was always going to court, me too, I want to grow and be a lawyer so I can be judging people's cases like daddy. Do you understand? But I think this has been a really interesting topic. I feel like Cheta has a lot to say.
No.
Do you have any question you want to ask? Like, are there things you want us to like talk about? Because the way I'm looking at you now, Cheta is like, you have a lot. Drop it.
Like I said, I've already shared some of my experiences and I've already said what it is. But
you feel better, right?
Yeah, like definitely. After sharing, this is therapy for me. I mean,
so you actually feel like, because the way you were talking, even me that I'm talking with you, I feel like this baby's keeping these people in her mind.
No.
So are you actually okay?
I'm not. I just feel like the reason why I wanted to lay emphasis on this conversation is because this is something that God, you guys do not know my struggle when I was small. Now I can understand. Now I can relate. I'm grown up. I don't care anymore. Like it's not a problem for me. But when I was really young, it's actually, if I was someone that was prone to depression, I probably would have fallen into depression because it was really, really hard on me, to be honest. But like I said, it's something that I struggled with, but then it is out here and I'm trying to share it with the world. Please, if you want to be a parent, try to be intentional about your parenting.
If you want to be, because it's not by force,
everybody.
It's not by
if you know you want to sign up for it, just try and be intentional.
You don't just say you want to have a child. You need to be willing to actually be a parent. Exactly. And by being a parent, it's not just let me send you to school, change your clothes, give you food or whatever. So
you have to be there.
Behavioral traits are also important.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Cheta. I think we can round up now. But before we go, actually, let's play a little game.
Okay.
Should we do random questions or this or that?
Lead. I'll follow.
That's the first time someone is saying that. Everybody always goes forward. Let's do this or that.
All right.
Yeah, since you're even a very modern media person.
Okay.
So social media, Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram, because why? I don't know how Twitter works till this very day. No. I know. Yes, I am, but I am not really a Twitter person. But I know I heard it's really, really. Yes.
Twitter is normal people are not on Twitter.
There's only one particular guy that I've come across his tweets severally. One John Doe, and I'm like, what's this guy saying?
I don't know who that is. Okay, so Snapchat or TikTok?
TikTok.
Why TikTok? Are you a Gen Z?
No, I'm not. But
See,
Snapchat.
I said it like as if I'm not on TikTok.
Snapchat is just where people just post some kind of thing.
Don't worry. It depends on the type of Snapchat you are on. Don't worry. You don't know what's going on.
I'm saying like Snapchat, people just post like some kind of things. But
Like what?
TikTok, yeah, people still post some kind of things. But
What do you mean by some kind of things? I want to
like
know.
people post a lot of things on
Like
Snapchat.
what now?
Things that
Example.
have some extra things on Snapchat.
Like what? Rated 18 things.
Exactly. Do you get? But on TikTok, it exists. It's just that the good thing about TikTok is that you go there for comedy. You see a lot of things that will
There's
give you good
nothing
laughs.
you will not see on TikTok.
Yeah,
I think I spoke
educational
about
stuff.
TikTok on one of the previous episodes. How much time I spend there anytime I go.
Exactly.
But do I prefer TikTok?
I don't go to TikTok, but once I find myself there, I just keep scrolling until I'm like, nah, I'm done, and I move on. So
Okay.
yeah,
Do you drink alcohol?
definitely.
Why did you say the definitely? Like
No, now.
is a drug or a cream that you rub on your body?
No, I
So you're an
do.
alcoholic.
No.
The way you said
no,
definitely,
no,
even me, it shocked me.
No.
Okay.
But I drink alcohol.
What's your favorite alcohol brand?
Red wine.
Is that
Brand?
the alcohol
I don't know.
that is your
I don't know brands, but I know that I love red wines of any.
So do you drink
sort.
like whiskey, vodka, gin, all those things?
I do, but not all the time. Cause man,
So wine is your
wine is my thing. That's my alcohol.
interesting. All right, thank you very much, Cheta, for coming on the show. Do you have anything you want to say to them before we go?
Nothing.
Now you can look at
else. The only thing I want to say is that I also have a YouTube channel, so you can go and support me.
Anyways, go and support her. What's your YouTube channel? You're free. I'm
Cheta's
giving you the
World.
floor. You can actually
Yeah. So this is
talk
my
about your
my shameless plug. So basically, I have a YouTube channel where I have a lot of content, lifestyle vlogs, whatever it may be, is there for you. So anything educational. So just go
Maybe
there.
you should do something on
and enjoy.
parenting too.
Right?
Yes,
I
you're
will.
very passionate about how people,
I will.
what's it called, growing up can influence them. So thank you guys for watching and listening and everything else. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow our audio platforms, and I'll see you guys on the next. Oh, this is actually the last episode for the
Yeah,
season. So see you guys in season 2. We'll be back with a banger. So
Yeah,
cheers to that.
She saved the best for last.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.